Hey everyone, welcome back to Galactic Plays. We are back at F126 with our next race being the Miami Grand Prix. And so, last episode towards the end we had our secret team meeting. But yeah, so since we're getting a ton of upgrades in, I feel like I should not be coming P5 because I'm basically a rookie. As due why I basically crashed last race. Please, if you want to watch last race and see what happened, please go ahead. I don't really mind, but yeah, so I'm going to quickly change the settings.
Welcome to the...
This is going to be annoying. I'm starting to get the tyre wear warning.
Program complete and a job well done.
Holy, my tyre wear was high. What was my tyre wear? My tyre wear just plummeted.
Repairs have set us back a little.
Do I have like any other tyre? I only got a hard tyre. Oh man. Oh, look at that, guys. Hard tyres out. Oh, what the straight strategy is going to be.
Okay, test complete, and that was a really good job indeed.
First.
A lot of valuable information out of that. Well done.
I better be for a sprint race.
We've had to spend... Alright, that's the program complete. There's some decent data, although far from optimal, and it could still be worth running it again.
If today's practice is anything to go by,
We're in for an
I couldn't even do like a proper fast push lap for qualifying. It's basically just qualifying's gonna have to be me sending it not good as possible.
Welcome back to Miami and welcome to qualifying. Only raw speed will separate these drivers today, but the question is, who's got what it takes?
Down track, please. I do not extend track limits. What are you on about, game?
Okay, we've been pushed down to P12.
And I have to get to the the finish line before in under 40 seconds, so they can at least have an attempt for a second lap. Oh, here we are.
Lapping slower than your teammate. Your teammate is faster.
Really, I'm well aware that. He's like P3 and I'm P9. Yeah, that's a much slower. I'm gonna get left in dust.
That's it for
No,
sprint qualifying.
I can still with knife because I can gain positions into turn one, probably without maybe crashing.
Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint. Sitting at the southeastern coast of Florida, the Miami International Autodrome has 19 corners and 3.36 miles of racing. It's a circuit designed to encourage close racing while meeting the highest safety standards. Either way, I'm sure it's one that will please the fans.
Yeah, I don't think it
Off
ever
the back
did.
of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap
Nice.
yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. Edging out
Sick.
Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Looking at the
Damn.
rest of today's grid, we have Albon, Lawson,
How
Hulkenberg, and Hamilton,
nice.
Piastri, Leclerc, Dynamo, and George Russell.
Yeah,
Ocon,
Mats, mate.
Gasly, Yuki Tsunoda, and Stroll. Antonelli, Fernando Alonso,
Nice.
Ollie Behrman, and Jack Doohan. Bortoletto and Isaac Hadjar rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. And alongside me here today in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. Look, we know it's not where you start, it's where you finish, but let's talk about the start now. What's there to help the drivers get away well?
Big pressure at the start of the race, Crofty, for all of them up and down the grid, no matter where you are. But the drivers these days, they practice, practice and practice. They have rigs with them at the circuit where they can sit down with the actual steering wheel from the real car, and they've got lights that they react to. The clutch paddle is tailored around the driver's hands, around their fingers, so they can have optimum position before they start. So there's so much thought and effort that goes into getting these cars off the line.
Anyways, you heard that.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let
Medium tire all the way. I don't know what mediums are going to look like, but anyways. Yeah, so, right, here we go. Back to turn one. Albon does drop from like 3rd to 7th, which is not really good, but still. Then to 8th, actually. I'll take the inside on Lawson, see if I can get around, but he's defended pretty goodly. And then it's basically Piastri and Lawson for out here. Albon trying to get around, but I defend the inside there. Not bad. Stay on the inside. And I lose a bit of my front wing. If you look at that. Look at right there, I lose a bit of my front wing on the rear end of Liam Lawson. An end plate by the looks. Which is not really the best, but still. Can I take the inside of Liam Lawson there and get around, which is really nice. But there's nothing much I can do through here. Leclerc gets past. So I try and drop everything I have possible. Can I get around him? No, I cannot, as it comes around to the finishing line. This is a P6 and P7 sprint race finish for Williams. So as you just saw, that 7-lap race, we didn't go too bad, considering where we started. This quali. Not that, Jesus.
Welcome back to Miami and welcome to qualifying. Only raw speed will separate these drivers today, but the question is, who's got what it takes to get pole?
You'll see. The only way I'm not going to be doing that is if I get the, like little numbers.
Right, that's us pushed down into P15.
Oh boy. Oh, I'm 10th. I can stay with 10th. I can deal with 10th.
The USA's Sunshine State is now on the F1 calendar. Welcome back to the Magic City for the Miami Grand Prix. A lap of the Miami Grand Prix features 3.36 miles of track around the Hard Rock Stadium. And 19 corners make up the Miami International Autodrome, which will challenge the drivers in a tight wheel-to-wheel race. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Andrea Kimi Antonelli lines up on pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Albon, Russell, Esteban Ocon, and Lawson. Hulkenberg, Verstappen, Piastri, and Dynamo. Norris, Hadjar, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Behrman. Sonoda, Stroll, Gabriel Bortoleto, and Fernando Alonso. Doohan and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And alongside me in the commentary box today, a man who I always look up to, which is easier said than done, Anthony Davidson. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Right, mate, I know it's hot in that cockpit, believe me, but your tyres are even hotter than that. You've got to work really hard today to keep them cool, otherwise we're going to suffer with our performance.
We're probably going to suffer. Now, please enjoy the rest of this race, fully unedited, no commentary, no nothing. Just watch and enjoy some lovely racing. And by the way, there will be some montages and cuts just to make sure this video at least makes it within the 30-45 minute range. There we go. Ton, honestly. Now look at that great race finish with a P4 and 5 for Williams. Even with me upping the difficulty, that was still a pretty hard race, but it also came out with a really good outcome for both me and my teammate. Holy dooly, guys.
It seems as if you have a new rival. This is the perfect opportunity to show the world why you belong in the sport. And to show me why you belong amongst my very exclusive clientele. That's a joke. I love working with you.
Cap! Since so, I now got a rival. Which is really odd. Both these upgrades can. Yes, barely. So we should get that for the Italian Grand Prix now that we actually will have some upgrades. But yeah, until next time, hope you all enjoyed. Until next time,